Hi, hello out there. Welcome again to my notebook channel, my spiral notebook. Let's see, for today's video, I'd like to talk about some more of my notebooks and my ecosystem and the way that I'm organizing some things around that. But I wanted to begin with a quick thank you and acknowledgement of my previous video and the engagement that there was on it. I did have some just really great comments and questions and some really welcoming comments, and I'm so appreciative of that. I was a little nervous recording. Gosh, after 15 years of my career spent in public service, I had to speak in front of city councils and commissions and different boards and plenty of public meetings, but public speaking was never my favorite part of the job. Local and small business development was actually my favorite part. And I guess technically this is not public speaking because right now I'm just sitting here talking to myself, but the intention is to put this out for public consumption. And for a strong introvert like myself, that can bring up some nerves. But still, I guess I can turn into quite the chatterbox with a small group of friends, and also just talking about things and subjects that I care about. So again, I'm glad you're here, and I'm really excited to talk out loud again about some more of my notebooks. So with my current collection here, these notebooks are not always daily notebooks for me, but they are part of my regular system, and they give me space for all of my current interests and learning experiences. These are not all of my kind of current hobby, I guess, notebooks. I do have a few others, but some of those are fairly new, and I figured I'd want to get into them a little bit more before I discuss them here. So what I have been able to do recently is just really have a more organized collection of notebooks and more specific uses for my notebooks, and maybe not so much random as it has been for me in the past. After years of having so many different notebooks lying around, and in this area I am finding it a little more useful to compartmentalize, I guess, a little bit more. And gosh, I hear it. I know that I just said in my last video that I got tired of going back and forth between multiple books, and how I've since combined my daily planner and my wellness planner. But I do think that my more interest and hobby notebooks are different, and are more about what I'm inspired to be in on the day, and that's what I'm going with. So also now I am just more engaged in the whole experience around my notebooks, and I want them to look a certain way and to feel a certain way in my hands, and just really be an inviting space for me overall. Yeah, I'm in my 40s now, and I just walked away from a 15-year career to focus on other things, starting with rest. But things in my life have changed, and I'm just in a new season of my life now, from where I was even a year ago. So, yeah, my notebooks are important to me, and I'm pretty selective with them. I also wanted to raise a bit of a discussion around notebooks versus journals, and see what you guys think. Looking it up a little bit, I saw, and I have a list here. Let's see, notebooks are described as more for capturing information and making lists and note-taking, and more creative endeavors, like my writing, which I'll talk more about. But journals are described more as being for personal reflection and documenting experiences. But here's the thing. My writing is personal. These are my thoughts and feelings based on my own experiences, and I am expressing my emotions in my style of writing. Writing about my burnout and my frustration with societal boxes and norms and systems like our public school system, for example, for me, that I still harbor a deep resentment for, that has come up because of my writing. And because from my experience, public school failed me, and it does not prepare you to thrive as an adult, and certainly doesn't prepare you to survive in the capitalist system that we all have to navigate as adults. And now reflecting on that, that 12 years of just compliant obedience in the school system is one of the early factors that I feel ultimately led to my burnout. And that burnout, once set in, at times was emotionally and mentally devastating for me. But these are the personal growth type of things that I write about. So, am I journaling in a journal, or am I using a notebook for creative endeavors? Fortunately, I think this is just semantics, and it absolutely doesn't matter. I will probably use these names interchangeably as I talk about my notebooks and the different styles that I use. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting question. So, okay. Again, I am just talking and sharing here, so I'll be sure to leave some chapters in the description so that you can go to a different section if you'd like. And since I am talking again a little here about my burnout and how I write about it, it is an ongoing process. So I may add a little something, or I'll try and add a little something I've written about my journey in the description if you care to take a look. Writing is really one of the things that has helped me manage and regulate in this journey, and just another reason why my notebooks have become even more important to me over the past few years. And also just a little more about me. So I want to start here with my Paper Republic and the rest of the things I have here today. So this is my pretty new Paper Republic notebook system. And I wanted to start with it because I am kind of obsessed with it. And I'm so glad that I am, because I spent a fair bit of time researching it. This wasn't an impulse buy, and I do consider this an investment for myself to have over many years. And as I am getting rid of so many things right now through decluttering and downsizing my life, I'm pretty selective with the things that I do bring in at this point. So I've had this system for about two months now. This is the Voyager XL in chestnut, and I love it. I just absolutely love it. So some details. I did get the writer's bundle, and there are plenty of videos out there for what comes in that, but I wanted to start with a whole system that I knew everything would fit in the cover, because I've never had a system like this before with the leather cover and the cords. It did come with the green cords, which made me so happy because green is my favorite color, and I think it looks just wonderful against this chestnut color. I also ordered an extra set of the black ribbons, and I've added one of those ribbons here to to the closure, and then I also added another one here in the spine. So I do have a double ribbon here in the spine. And this took some time to get set up because, like I said, I haven't done this before. So I do have several pens here that I carry along with the notebook, couple gel pens, and then my one fountain pen. But the reason I have not had a system like this before is because there are two distinct features with this type of system that up until recently I have not had any desire to have since I started using new styles of planners and journals. And that is the cord bound system and also a leather style cover. I haven't wanted either of those things. The cords always look clunky to me, and I thought the notebooks inside, the inserts would just bounce all over the place in there. The traveler's notebooks that I see a lot of just looked just very awkward in size to me, and I have just avoided leather products overall for a long time. So why then Paper Republic? And the simplest and the most honest answer is that I was just intuitively drawn to it, and I just pay more attention to those things now. After spending a good amount of time on their site, I just got a good vibe from the company, from the business. I liked reading about how they source their product, their materials. I really liked the sustainability of how they source their materials. And I just love the idea of this cover lasting a lifetime. I also looked at pictures of other aged journals, and in the end, that's the main thing that really sealed the deal for me and drew me in, was the idea of the cover itself, and not just being this kind of inanimate object, but really something that I felt was going to evolve with me in this season of my life. Weird, romantic. I'm going to go with romantic, but that really was the case. So I just felt drawn to it, and that is why I decided to make this purchase. So her name is Jay. I do have my single initial standard embossed here on the cover, just very simple. And yeah, we'll take a look inside here. So with the writer's bundle, it came with this cash and card cover, and I have a couple stickers here. This is a Planner Monkey Co. sticker, and this is from the Coffee Monster Co. business. Inside, some more pictures, a couple things, my little girl, there's me and my parents. And these pictures, again, as I'm decluttering, I'm just finding all of these loose pictures, and I don't know if these will stay in here, but right now it's fun because, you know, I mentioned before I'm not putting pictures in frames anymore, so I'm just kind of, you know, keeping some fun ones and things that I'm in every day or most days. I did order this extra line notebook, and my point with this system, I should say this up front too, these are my words, and I have that written here, but everything that I'm putting in this, I'm calling this my writing system. So I want to write a book, and me saying that out loud did not just add pressure to myself, but that is something that I want to do. And everything that's in here are my words. I started a notebook, which I'll get into next, that I was using as my creative writing journal, that I was kind of putting my words in and then other reference things that I wanted to come back to, and I found that just got a little messy between the two kind of subjects. So I love the idea of using this for my words and nothing else. So everything in here is what I have written, and I just love the idea of that. So I have this lined smaller notebook here, and just different things that I put in here. I don't have a true kind of organization set up for it yet between the different lined notebooks that I have in here, but this fits in here really well. I do have this clip here that I have found is really nice for this style of notebook. I can just use it to kind of pin down, you know, some pages if I'm writing in it. I also got the pen holder. So this is the Paper Republic pen loop. Very nice, very high quality. This is a magnetic closure, so you can move it around, and I have moved it around somewhat since having this. It's great. I really love it. The only thing I would say is that it is narrow. I mean, it is super narrow. I had to get a different pen actually to get in here, which, you know, I guess I was okay with. This is a Tool gel pen that I love, the Tool brand. I've used them for years, but this is the one I was going to use and start with. And, you know, it's a fairly narrow pen, but it does have just that little bit of rubber grip here, and that's not going in here. You could probably really shove it in there, but that's kind of a pain. So I got another pen. So you just, you know, heads up, you just need a really narrow writing instrument to go down in the pen loop. But it's still great quality, and this was actually a new find for me. This is a refillable pen, so that was cool. And I'm able to keep my other pens in the elastic closure, so that works out too. The back of the cash and card holder here, just some more stickers, and I keep some journal prompts back here, just for days that are writing prompts that I don't really have anything in me. If I still want to try and get something out, then I'll use some prompts. And I put this washi tape here because in my mind, I was thinking that the cord was going to be rubbing against this, and I was trying just to kind of protect that a little bit. But the way that I have this set up with this inner notebook, that's not the case. The cord is hitting in the middle of this, but anyway, I just left that there. Oh, on the back here, so everything I have in here are my words except for this. And I put this here intentionally because I loved what it said, I love what it means, and as I'm heading or trying to be more minimalist with certain things, I just wanted to keep this as a reminder for myself. And I don't remember exactly where I saw this, but this is kind of a quote that I took from another article, and it has, "Make time for your hobbies. Contrary to what some think, you can practice minimalism and enjoy hobbies. You just have to be intentional with how much stuff you bring into your home for them." So that is just a nice reminder that I can enjoy the things that I enjoy, you know, paper products and stationery being one of those things, but just being intentional with the things that I get. So just a nice reminder to have. This is the lined book refill, and this came with the writer's bundle too. Some stickers here on front, and again, just notes of my own that I have in here. Nothing too deep yet. Like I said, I just started this, so I still have plenty of room to go. But this is a nice lay flat book. It does have that particular kind of binding you can see there in the back and the spine. So it really does lay nice and flat. I really like that. And I have done some pen testing. So this book refill is 100 GSM, and then the other smaller notebooks are 80 GSM. But that is a really nice notebook that fits in here well. And I'll come back to this one. But this is another specific Paper Republic notebook. I ordered this extra as well. This is their grid, or they call it their squared paper, and just another smaller notebook to have in the back. More of a messy kind of notebook. And I did do some pen tests here with my fountain pens, and I do notice that it Seems to hold up a little bit better on the 100 GSM over the 80, but you know, I haven't done it enough to really probably form a full opinion on that. But so I started off with the 123 Paper Republic specific notebooks, and once I saw, you know, getting used to the system, I did have to put one of my Sterling ink notebooks in here. So I do have 4 cords here because of the extra ribbon that I put through the spine. And this is a B6 size Sterling ink line notebook. And this is a new notebook. I'm not going to, you know, go into too much detail about this because I want to see if this practice sticks. But I wanted to get one of my Sterling inks in here just because I love them so much. And this is a lined Sterling ink notebook, not the grid. And when I got the Paper Republic, that was all lined paper. And prior to me going with Sterling ink notebooks last year, all of my notebooks have always been lined. So I honestly, when I got into this, I kind of missed the lined notebook. So this is the Sterling ink line, same quality as my grid, the Tomo River paper. So just a really nice notebook in here. And it all fits. So I have 4 total notebooks in here right now, and the cash and card holder. And with the B6 size, it is smaller, you can see from the XL notebooks, but it fits in there really good. I didn't want to get anything too big, so I didn't want to do an A5 Sterling ink in here. The B6 fits really well, and everything goes in here quite nice. And put that over there. Close it up. It is a little thick, I think. You know, a little hangout, I think, here on the back, but that's okay. I have that one back there, which is kind of the messy notebook, so I'm not too concerned if that gets, you know, a little beat up. And there she is. And I love this notebook, and I can actually fit 3 pens in here when I close it up regularly. So this is my Paper Republic notebook that I absolutely love. And yeah, I will probably, I'm thinking about others, not immediately, but I'm just super happy with it, the quality of it, the experience that I'm getting with it from just watching this cover change already, and just pretty much everything about it. So love this one. I'm very happy with that purchase. And let's move on to what I have next. So this is my Sterling ink kind of stack, I guess. Several here. These are not all everyday books. This one is just my pen and marker kind of swatch book that I keep. This is the passport size. I write that there because I always forget whether this is a passport or a pocket, but that's just a quick little thing that I keep there. And then my other current hobby and interest books. So this is my journey book that I call it. This is what I started off with last year for my creative writing notebook. This is a Sterling ink A5 520 page, I think, grid notebook in the forest color. I do love these, and I started this a while ago. Again, I have my single scene sticker here, and I have a thing when I start a notebook, I like to leave several pages blank in the front. I think it's probably a hesitation thing. I don't want to just open it up and start on page 1, but that's just what I do. and I actually started this book back in October of last year, so I've been in this for almost a year now, and I haven't used that much of it. When I started this last year, I wasn't planning on it to be like an annual buy. I wasn't expecting to get through this entire book in 1 year. I did think I would get, a little bit further into it than what I have, but, it is what it is. Things happened, and I just didn't have, the energy or, excitement to get in here and start writing a bunch of things. So, like I said in the beginning, I was doing a mix of my stuff and things that I read and things I wanted to reference. I've since turned this into just a straight kind of reference book, and that's what I do now. It is, what do I have? Oh, Sterling Ink stuff there. I do have margin pages or margins in the page here. I was doing that to help me kind of keep track of what was what. I did do kind of a dot reference system that I have here in the back to try and help me to differentiate between reference material, my thoughts, specific subjects I was writing on. But, like I said, the back and forth just got to be a little bit too much. So now I do just use this for reference things and things that are resonating with me at the time. So I think this could probably be considered for some more of a commonplace book. But I call this my journey book because I'm just kind of in my journey era at the moment, and that's what I refer to this one as. And that's how I'm going to use it going forward. So hopefully now that I have a more specific use for it, I will just do, things that I want to reference, things that are resonating with me at the time, not have the back and forth. And, I hopefully will start getting into this one a little bit more because I have quite a lot of pages to go with this one. So one of my big Sterling Ink A5s. This is another Sterling Ink A5, but this is the smaller version. This is the 270 page. I don't know, like half of the larger one. And I was using this one in the spring for the life design class that I was going through. So this one is really class and learning experience oriented. I still meet with this group, so I just keep a lot of notes from that in this book, and that is what I use this for. So this is kind of my more learning, self-taught or self-teaching kind of notebook, and pretty simple there for that one. My other Sterling Ink. What else do I have here? This is my pen and ink swatch notebook. So this is a B6, full size, the 520 page book, I think. And I started this one for like a pen lettering kind of notebook too. I wanted to practice more lettering things, and that just really didn't happen, so I decided just to use this for a straight fountain pen ink swatch book, and then to keep track of my pens. And I said I have my beginning pages here that I like to keep blank in the front, and I did start with some marker swatches here in the front too. But in the spring, I decided to do like a seasonal currently inked. I'm fairly new to fountain pens, still learning a lot, so me switching out my inks every month is a little much for me, so I decided to do a seasonal currently ink. So I did some for the spring, and I did summer. There's my summer currently inked. I had some lovely colors over the summer. and I'm getting ready to switch into some fall colors. So getting ready to switch out my pens and head into some more fall coloring with them. But this book is great for this. You know, it holds the ink well. It's got just this nice kind of crinkly, you know, look to it here, which I love. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this book as I get these pages filled up, which there are a lot. So it's going to take me a while, unless I start doing more monthly switch outs, which I might as I get more comfortable with the pens overall. But this is my swatch book, fountain pen swatch book right now. So this one's just a lot of fun. And this last one I have today is my crystal journal. So I mentioned in my last video that I have like my astrology and moon journal, and I also started working with and learning more about crystals last summer as well. So I did start this crystal journal, just information for myself so I could refer back to things quickly, and this serves for that purpose. I don't have as much in here as I would like, of course. You know, when you want the information, you want to get the information into the spaces that you want it, but your brain sometimes just doesn't move, you know, fast enough to get everything in there. So I don't have, this is my inventory, which I actually probably have more crystals in this now, but I haven't been getting things in here as quickly as I'd like. So, you know, as my mental capacity continues to build and I start to get more energy back there, I'm hoping to get in here and get some more things in. But I have started it. You know, I have several crystals in here. Again, just quick reference for myself when I want to work with something specific, and I can get in here and see how I originally intended to use it and, you know, why I originally bought it. So this is the B6 Slim Grid Notebook, the 270 or 272 page, so a bit smaller, but I just thought this was a really good size for my crystal journal. So again, journal, notebook, I have a mix. So that is my current notebook system. Most of it anyway, things that I'm in most of the time. I'm getting more into my journey book as I'm trying to get things down that I see that are of interest to me, and also my Paper Republic, which this one is the one that really I'm probably in the most right now, even if it's just kind of a small passage or, you know, something I'm thinking about for the day. This is one I'm most likely to be in. But that'll do it for today and my system, and I thank you all for sticking around with me again and letting me ramble on a little bit again, and I hopefully will see you in another video. And that is it for this one. So I will say take care and bye now. Thanks.